Hendrick Motorsports sweep the North Wilkesboro All-Star Weekend. Let's talk about it. Coming up. Hey. What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good today. All right. Kyle Larson wins the All-Star race. He wins it in dominating fashion. So that is one aspect of the story. The fact that we're in a level playing field, the most even this car has ever been. And Kyle Larson goes out there and dominates on one of the most hyped up races that we've seen in quite some time. Unfortunately, the car itself didn't live up to the hype. I threw a poll up and 75% of you agree with me that the car was the problem. NASCAR desperately, does not matter at this point how much it costs, needs to fix this short track package. I don't care how much testing they do. I don't care how they go about it, whether it's a smaller tire, whether it's more horsepower, whether it's figuring out a way to get that entire wing and splitter from underneath that body, whatever they have got to do to make it more like a late model, to make it more like the Xfinity Series cars, to make it run more like that truck race, which was an absolutely awesome thing to do to make it run like those cars. Truck race, Xfinity, like I just said, camera literally cut off in the middle of that. I had to change batteries, so little disjointed. But whatever they need to do, they need to get it done. They should not worry about the cost because they're going to lose more money in revenue if they keep having poor short track races. Other than that, though, North Wilkesboro itself, I think, put on a great event, and I think most of the people that went there had a good time despite the price of the tickets, all that stuff surrounding it. But yeah, NASCAR definitely needs to fix the car, but kudos to Kyle Larson for winning the truck race and also for winning the All-Star race and won the All-Star race in dominating fashion. Truck race had a pretty good, exciting finish there as well. And also, Josh Berry, like I said, Hendrick Motorsports did sweep the weekend as well. Josh Berry wins the Open, and let's talk about that Open real quick because there was some great racing in that Open. Josh Berry wins the Open, but it was not without controversy because Ty Gibbs roughed up Micheal McDowell. Micheal McDowell became an instant fan favorite in this particular event. The way he was driving, he was taking the outside lane. He was trying to make things happen in that Open. He was not going to be denied entry into that Open until Ty Gibbs got into his back bumper and totally moved him. And then later in the race, he decided he would repay the favor as Ty Gibbs was leading. Micheal McDowell crowded him, pushed him into the inside wall a couple times, and they got an immediate crowd reaction. So Micheal McDowell gained a lot of fans. Micheal McDowell, a great paint scheme on that as well. But Ty Gibbs kept his head about him. He got that second place finish. He did transfer into the All-Star by holding off Eric Almirola. And in the interviews, both drivers gave interviews. Micheal McDowell stayed classy in his interview, and Ty Gibbs stayed classy in his interview. So you did see some growth from Ty Gibbs. Typically his interviews after the race, when something controversial happens, have not been great. But he definitely made up for that here. So I can't say that, it was a total Ty Gibbs meltdown. Like, yeah, he did move somebody, and people are going to talk about that. But at the end of the day, he accounted himself well. He didn't go and keep his helmet on and fight anybody or anything like that. Now for good race, bad race. It was a good race for Kyle Larson. Of course, he wins. Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick carrying the banner for 23-11 with a 2-3 finish for them. Chase Briscoe in fourth. He did really good in the late model race as well. I was surprised by that. Chase Elliott with fifth place. Ryan Blaney sixth. Daniel Suarez with seventh. Eric Jones, terrible open heat race or whatever you want to call that. Before this, finishes eighth. So whatever problem it was with that car, he definitely figured it out, sorted. The aforementioned Ty Gibbs comes to his first All-Star race. He gets a top 10, finishes ninth. And Joey Logano, too bad they lost that tire on pit road. He gets a 10th out of it. And Ross Chastain finishes 11th. Are we mad at Ross Chastain today? So that was the good race and the bad race. Here, this is going to be the most Bubba Wallace thing of all time. This one event sort of encapsulates the entirety of the Bubba Wallace narrative. So first things first, let's start off with the middle finger. A lot of people saw Bubba Wallace give the middle finger in the post-race interview. A lot of people were disappointed. A lot of people were sad about that. Now, Bubba Wallace, he was either doing that because somebody he didn't like, or he has been known to do that as a joke amongst friends. He'll sort of flip the bird to friends from time to time. So we don't know the context of that. We don't know who he was flipping off. But a lot of fans were upset about that. So that is the big personality that is Bubba Wallace. When you saw him walk out to driver intros, he did the crying face. So he has sort of embraced the heel role, the bad guy role in wrestling terms, if you want to bring it like that. So a lot of people were upset about that. We have seen other drivers in the past flip the camera off, and the only question that remains about that is, will he be fined? We saw Junior get fined and lose points for saying the S word. We've seen other drivers make gestures like that as well and only get a warning. So it just depends on how NASCAR is feeling today on that one. Unfortunately, there is another Bubba Wallace controversy that we have to cover, and this one is not even close to as lighthearted. Let's listen to the audio here that a few people caught on the NASCAR scanner after the race.
Where you came from, you asshole. You suck and you're not wanted in NASCAR.
So I saw that on Phil Spain on Twitter. I saw him post that. That's where I found that content. Absolutely unfortunate. Stuff like this takes the sport back 50 years. NASCAR has done a great job of getting rid of the past stuff like that went on. And it's unfortunate that one fan is going to ruin an entire event for everybody by doing, or two fans maybe, I guess, in that situation, is going to ruin an entire event for somebody. Look, you might like Bubba Wallace. You might hate Bubba Wallace. There are plenty of reasons to like or dislike Bubba Wallace. The color of his skin should not be one of those reasons. If you simply are just one of those idiots that have to dislike Bubba Wallace because his skin color is not the same color as yours, then please leave the sport. Don't be a fuckhead. Just stop. Just stop. We don't need you in the sport if you're going to be like that. Like I said earlier, you could be mad at Bubba Wallace for flipping the bird. You can be mad about Bubba Wallace for, having a big personality. And on the opposite side, you can like him for the same reasons. But to simply dislike somebody because of the color of their skin, that's stupid. There's no place in it. And to tell somebody to, go home and you're not wanted here, it's just completely ridiculous and stupid. So hopefully, and this is the type of crap he has to deal with from time to time, race to race. So it's unfortunate that he has to go through that. So there you go. For all the good that was North Wilkesboro, unfortunately, we have to have this story because two idiots decided to hack radio communications. All right, that's all I got for you on this one. If you like the content, made it this far, feel free to subscribe down below. All your subscriptions mean a lot to the channel. If you got a question, comment, or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section. Try to keep it respectful because typically when we talk about Bubba Wallace, it gets off the rails because there are kids that read the comments. That's the reason I asked for that. It's not because I'm super sensitive or anything like that. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace. Also, I have partnered with Accelerated Graphics. We do have the merch store up, and the new thing this week is going to be the hat. We finally got hats. A lot of you guys were asking about hats, so the hats are up on the store. Check the link in the bio. It is down there below, so if you want to buy any of the merch, there's lots of other merch in there as well, but the hats are new this week, so that's what I am talking about. All right, I'm really going for real now. Thanks for your time.